Hi again, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. So I did a video during a market session today on MULN Automotive, and I was commenting on how the stock had just hit a record all-time low again. And as Murphy's Law would suggest, the stock then shot back up after that, after I posted. Now, it was an interesting price movement because the stock did shoot up pretty quickly and sort of stayed flat for the remaining hour of the session, as well as holding a position pretty strongly in the aftermarket. Now, if you look at what's potentially driving that little rise, well, it wasn't a strong finish. It was only a fraction of a cent that the stock finished up by, but and most people say it was a flat day, but what actually potentially has driven this stock up is the fact that there has been a number of shorts return their positions. If you look at the latest data on Fintel, now the reason why shorts are returning positions makes a bit of sense. Friday is obviously a risk event for both investors who are long and short on MULN Automotive when they go to vote on the proposal of having another reverse stock split. Now, shorts, while they might actually benefit from a reverse stock split because it, you know, historically that sort of suggests the stock's not going well, it isn't, and therefore when the reverse stock split executes, there will be a bit more of a sell-off. I sort of speculated a little bit earlier, so that, if it's a big reverse stock split, there is the chance that we might actually see a bit of a return in shareholder value. Not that I'm advocating to go out and buy the stock, but there is a scenario there where that could happen. Because I look at MULN and you look at what it has on paper in terms of net assets and the stock price, and it is actually very undervalued just purely on the asset value. Obviously, you have to take into account the potential sales in the pipeline and other developments for the company. One of which is, I sort of mentioned earlier that there is probably going to be the need to raise more equity next year. There are sort of these riskier events which do weigh down on the stock. So you're not just buying the net assets, you're also buying those future liabilities. And that's why MULN has really struggled. So anyway, the shorts returning, there's probably an element of hedging bets there before Friday, just to make sure that they're not too tangled up in what goes down with the reverse stock split. Just a theory anyway. If you've got another theory about why we had that little sharp rally at the end of the day, let me know in the comments below. Again, I'll just reiterate, it's not a significant finish for the stock. It technically really finished flat, but it was a marginally higher finish at the end of the day, on a day that posted its all-time low. Anyway, the other thing I kind of wanted to make a comment on in this video is some of the comments I've been seeing in my other videos lately on MULN Automotive. So, like I said, I've kind of been a little bit away from the stock over the last few months. I've only been in and out of it a little bit when posting videos. I've just been really busy. That's why I'm doing these unedited videos now. It's just much easier to share some thoughts and then upload it and let people comment, and I'll try to get back to people's comments. But one thing that has really sort of come out now is there's a real strong sense of anger towards David Mitchery and the board at MULN as being poorly managed business, and they've just squandered shareholder monies. And you know what? It's actually a very fair thing to say, and I actually totally agree with you. The more I've learned about this company, the more the darker it sort of seems. Now, David Mitchery, Diluting Dave, as some of you have called him, or Dirty Dave, as I think I might have called him, probably someone else did it, but he's got a very interesting scheme going. So he's obviously the largest shareholder in the company, and so you would think that he wants to see strong stock performance, which makes a lot of sense. And while the stock has been getting pummeled, he's kind of actually not fared as poorly as regular investors. Now, granted, he is working for the company in a management position, but the way his shareholder stock compensation has been working for him, every time we've had these reverse splits this year, we've gone from one share being 225 shares being one share over the course of the last 12 months, and it looks like being more going forward. He's kept getting his his payments for meeting milestones as a CEO. Now, that's fine, but the biggest problem that we have is that he's not being, held to account for the stockholder or the share price performance. That's a very standard sort of, CEO performance indicator for stock-based compensation in many other companies. So really, the board is doing a very poor job at holding the CEO to account for steering the company in the right direction, especially in the finance side of things. So I can see why there's a lot of anger coming out towards Dave Mitry. There's also theories about what's going to happen with MULN beyond this year. So some people are talking about we'll get delisted and we'll see the company go bankrupt next year, possibly. That's definitely a scenario that I could see, don't want to see happening, but could potentially see happening. The other thing is, we might see the company, if they do get delisted, go sort of more private and, just have a quieter existence. And, that's going to be really sucky for the shareholders who have sunk money in that over the years. And it is what it is. It's actually probably one of the few ways that MULN Automotive might, kind of survive for another few years. The landscape for EV vehicles isn't great at the moment. It is definitely softening, and MULN Automotive being sort of a new player in that might be, kind of feeling the brunt of that down the track. Anyway, I just really think that, there's definitely an even stronger sense of anger towards Dave Mitry right now. He's done a lot to silence people who have been critical or at least close to the company. Like, I did a video earlier talking about how Cal from Financial Journey received the letter and about not being able to communicate the cease and desist, and Lawrence Harder received one as well, because they were speaking about the company and being quite close to the company. It's the kind of the business is going down these avenues when they could be investing energy and money. They cost money to get these letters drafted, even though it's probably done by an in-house counsel. These are efforts that could be better used towards just getting the company going in a positive direction. They've become very much about the litigation that they're involved in now, rather than the vehicles that they're going to be producing and selling. And that's a real sad point, because I think a lot of the retail investor base, from what I understand, they got into the stock because they really like what the company stood for in terms of its vehicles and what they would do. While there's been some problems with what the vehicle's potential could be in the future, it's still, we've kind of moved away from that. We're more just focused on the litigation and the performance of the stock, rather than what the good the business is actually going to do for bringing people to a greener world in terms of transportation. Anyway, just a couple of thoughts to share before the end of the day in New York. All right, share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you all again. Till next time, everyone. May the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.